Welcome again to a look across the Chinese art scene, one that remains ever-changing and multidimensional. This year's your chance to learn about art news, art events, and everything else that's going on in China's booming art scene. I'm your host, Shina Akagawa, and this is China Arts. Coming up on today's show, world-renowned stage play War Horse makes its way to Beijing. And we'll get the latest updates on the case of the infamous Golden Buddha statue and find out which action star is set to lead the upcoming Sino-Indian film Kung Fu Yoga. All that and more right here on China Arts. First up, let's get the inside scoop on some exciting art news going on here in China. Commonly referred to as the Oscars of China, the Golden Horse Awards is a prestigious and time-honored film awards in the world of Chinese language cinema. Held annually in Taipei, this year saw the awards' 52nd run. Let's find out who won big at this year's Golden Horse Awards. The 52nd Golden Horse Awards was recently held at Taipei's Sun Yat-sen's Memorial Hall. Taiwanese director Hu Xiaoshen's film The Assassin picked up 5 awards at this year's event, including award for Best Director and Best Feature Film. The award ceremony also crowned mainland Chinese film director Fang Xiaogang as Best Actor. Fang was awarded for his performance as an old gangster who rallies against his former friends to rescue his son in the film Mr. Six. The Best Actress award went to a new face, Karina Lam, for her role in the film Ziana Flower. Lam beat out veteran actress and 2-time Golden Horse winner Su Qi for the title. Su also featured in Ho's film The Assassin, which is a martial arts film featuring a trained female killer who is faced with the impossible choice between love and duty. It also won in the categories of Best Cinematography, Best Makeup and Costume Design, and Best Sound Effects. The Best New Director award went to 26-year-old independent filmmaker Bu Gan for his film Kali Blues. The film is a dreamlike story of a doctor in a rural Chinese town and his journeys along the Kali River, where he finds his present, past, and future all woven together. Well-known Chinese director Jia Zhangke won the Best Original Screenplay award for his film Mountains May Depart. History buffs in China are sure to be overjoyed at the upcoming arrival of ancient Roman relics in local museums. Over 200 relics are due to arrive here in China next year and will be displayed in museums all across the country. Let's find out more. Up to 233 sets of Roman ancient relics will be arriving in China this coming year. This falls under an agreement signed by a group of museums in Rome in China. According to the agreement, the tour exhibition of ancient Roman Empire relics, called Internal City, the Glory of Ancient Rome, will be staged in 4 Chinese museums. These include the Chengdu Jinsha Site Museum, Tianjin Museum, Shandong Museum, and Yunnan Museum, with a display in each venue lasting for 80 days. The cultural treasures are said to be from 9 historic sites and museums in Rome, including the Colosseum, the Palatine Museum, Emperor Nero's Golden Palace, and the National Museum of Rome. The collection will feature a wide variety of artworks, including statues, architectural components, bronzeware, golden vessels, pottery works, glassware, and other artifacts. This will be the first time these items will be featured in a Chinese museum. It will be a great opportunity for Chinese museum goers to witness the achievements of Roman culture and art at its height. To enable Chinese audiences to fully experience ancient Roman culture, the exhibitions will be curated and co-designed by Chinese and Italian experts. The show will be planned and presented on a basis of historical events, with a memorable architecture and figures presented alongside a timeline. The exhibition will also feature multimedia displays. Beijingers were recently treated to a performance of the world-famous play War Horse. Staged at the city's National Theater, the play was adapted into Chinese for its audiences. Let's find out more. A Chinese adaptation of the world-renowned stage play War Horse was recently staged in the capital city. Audiences at Beijing's National Theater of China were treated to a breathtaking rendition of this classic story of Albert and his beloved horse Joey. The play has been staged in many of the world's top theaters, including London West End and Broadway. It took a year and a half for the play to be adapted into Chinese. The puppet-powered play is based on a best-selling 1982 novel by Michael Morapove. It narrates the story and life of turmoil during World War I through the eyes of a horse. The Chinese director of the show, Li Dong, shared some of the highlights of the show. According to Li, the production value of this play is much larger than usual plays. Sometimes audience members even forget that the horse is in fact a puppet. The most touching part of the story is the relationship between the horse and its owner. Li says the pure emotion of the play is what he believes audiences members will remember. The play featured life-size horse puppets created by a South African company called Handspring Puppet. Some of them are worth over $400,000. The Chinese adaptation of War Horse is also set to premiere in Shanghai and Guangzhou. Beijing CAPA Art Museum recently welcomed the arrival of the second UK-China Museum Dialogue Seminar. The seminar discussed the many functions of an art museum and why research was such a crucial part of art. Let's find out more. The second UK-China 2015 Museum Dialogue Seminar was held recently at the CAFA Art Museum Auditorium in Beijing. The seminar was themed The Role of Censorship and Research in Developing Creations and Programs. Director of Rockbund Art Museum, Lars Fogler, gave a speech about the importance of art museum research, as well as thoughts on democratization and the related curatorial practice of Rockbund Art Museum in Shanghai. He stated that research is a major work for art museums, as through research comes an opportunity to question and think. Art museums must strive to become a place where knowledge is produced and distributed. Senior curator from Hong Kong's M+ Museum, P. Lee, used a timeline to show an overview of collections of Hong Kong M+. He questioned the narrative of the origins of Chinese contemporary art and explained the relationship between research and collection project. The seminar also discussed the many functions of an art museum, which many said was constantly evolving. And now for our spotlight story, the battle of the Golden Buddha statue continues. Earlier this year, a Buddha statue bought by a Dutch art collector was found to house the remains of a mummified monk. Furthermore, the relic was reported to be stolen from the village of Yangchun in China's southeast Fujian province some 20 years ago. The relic has yet to be returned, and now it appears that the case is going to court. A group of villagers from Yangchun in China's southeast Fujian province recently hired a group of lawyers in hopes of getting back a golden Buddha statue they claim belongs to them. The villagers believe the treasured relic was stolen from them 20 years ago. They claim it is now in the hands of an unidentified Dutch art collector who is refusing to return the relic. The Buddha, which is about 1,000 years old, also conceals the remains of a mummified monk who was discovered inside the statue during a CT scan. Despite going through private channels with the collector to negotiate the Buddha's return, villagers claim nothing had been resolved. It is believed that the Dutch collector first responded by agreeing to return the statue if it was proven to have belonged to an existing Buddha community. However, the owner later changed his mind and asked for $20 million in trade for the statue. Party chief of the Yangchun village, Lun Wenqing, claims the statue has been worshipped as a god in the village temple for over 1,000 years. Lu Yang, who previously led a Chinese legal team in recovering relics looted from the Old Summer Palace in Beijing, is spearheading the group of lawyers to fight for the Buddha's return. Lu says they have finished collecting evidence on the case and will bring it to the court by the end of this year. He added they're extremely optimistic about the case, as there are no evident flaws or obstacles in arguing that the statue was stolen from the village temple. According to the report, Lu will fly to the Netherlands to meet with a Dutch counterpart for the case. Back in March of this year, hundreds of residents from the village wrote and signed a letter to the Dutch Prime Minister, Mark Rutte, pleading for the return of the Buddha. The letter was handed to European Chinese groups in the Netherlands, who delivered it via the Chinese embassy. The Golden Buddha statue is currently on display at the Natural Museum of History in Budapest. And lastly, on to our hashtag story. Action fans in both China and India are eagerly anticipating the release of Kung Fu Yoga. A co-production between China and India, the action comedy stars none other than international beloved movie star Jackie Chan. Hong Kong actor Jackie Chan recently completed the shooting of his upcoming film Kung Fu Yoga in various locations in Dubai. The action comedy film is a Chinese-Indian co-production led by Tahi Entertainment and Shinework Media. It is also the first production under a China-Indian co-production agreement that was signed in September of last year. It is directed by Stanley Tong, making it Chan's sixth time working with the director. Following its shooting in Dubai, the cast and crew are expected to travel to India, where several more scenes will be shot in India's locations. The film's Dubai shooting logistics were handled by UAE production services company Al-Kraz Productions. The film has also had the support of the Dubai Film and TV Commission. Some 100 international crew members as well as local crews were involved in the filming. Many of the film's car chases were filmed in Dubai. For the car chasing scenes, a number of luxury cars were used, including Lamborghini, Ferrari, McLaren, Hammer, and Infiniti. Director Stanley Tong said the locations they used in Dubai were perfect for the film. Chairman of the Dubai Film and TV Commission, Jamal Al-Fari, added that they were very excited to welcome Chan and the team to Dubai. According to Sharif, the filming of Kung Fu Yoga in Dubai was another major boost for his country's film industry. And before we go, let's get some details on some upcoming art events here in China. And that's all the time we have today. Please stay tuned for our next upcoming episode. In the meantime, you can always log on to our website at www.bon.tv for more information. I'm Sheena Kagawa in Beijing. Thanks for watching China Arts, and I'll see you next time.